Hey everybody, let me start the show. Hey everybody, this is Albert Corey. Thanks for coming on this show today. Today's show topic is avoiding IRS letter. Roll the Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, whenever you watch it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Taxman Show, Profit Activators, brought to you by Corey & Associates Accounting Services. Today's topic is how to avoid the IRS letters. That's right. If you live in the United States and you file tax returns, the IRS could send you a letter. Well, in this show today, we're going to avoid you how to avoid the letters that's going to cost you cash. Who am I? My name is Albert Corey, and I've been helping over 137,000 tax clients in the last 40 years save money. So today we'll talk about how to avoid IRS letters. You see, most IRS letters, there's actually two types. The first type says, is that, you overpaid, they're sending you a letter. The second type is they held your money too long and they supposedly gave you interest on your money because they held it too long, but I've never seen that money, but they said it. But the third letter says is that you owe money to the IRS. So today we're going to talk about this letter. See, so what's going to happen is every time you file a tax return, every tax return has a specific year. As the time of this broadcast, we're doing 2022 tax returns. Okay, they're only looking, so now they are 18 months behind. So let's say 2 tax years behind. So right now they're sending letters out for 2020. What does that mean? Okay, so you filed your tax return in 2020. You might have went early and got your paper, you got it done. But you moved or something and you forgot to do something. Well, guess what? If you forgot to do something, in the next 2 years, the IRS correlating computer is going to start checking your return. Now, most of the time, they're checking the return to make sure you got all the papers. Okay, make sure that you got all the papers. So if you missed one of the forms, okay, you forgot to put a form in because you wanted that refund so fast that you got everything in as soon as e-file started, which is usually the day after Martin Luther King Day, which is normally about the 3rd to 4th Monday in January. Then guess what? So then you miss papers. And then everybody comes in my office and says to me, oh, guess what? I'll do it next year. No, every set of forms every year has a year on it. It connects to that year. So when the IRS correlator computers are coming looking for where's your stuff, they're not going to see that form and bang, you're stuck. Another way you're going to get an IRS letter is you go to people who don't know what they're doing, meaning that they try to, as we say in Miami area, mentirosos. So they'd say that you went to college, university. Well, they give you huge credits. But guess what? You didn't go to school. Goes back to the same thing. The correlating computers are looking for stuff that didn't match. They checked it, they didn't see it, and now you're going to get a letter. The third way you're going to get a letter is if your return is whacked out. But guess what? Please, let's give us a sponsor is coming on, but a quick little ad. So we'll be back in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Did you max out your small business deductions to invest in your company? Did you take the 3 major deductions that are always missed? They could be saving you enough money to hire a new employee. Corey and Associates have asked the questions to get you the best accounting and tax advice. We file all the forms to file all federal, state, corporate, and business returns. We keep up with all the changes in the new tax laws so you don't have to. Would you pull your own tooth or go to a dentist? It's the same with bookkeeping. Let Corey and Associates do the bookkeeping for you. Now you'll have extra time to work on your business. With our fax and email services, it's done just like as if you were sitting right next to us. Please call 305-823-9228 or email Albert at 1040w2.com for our free consultation.
All right, thank you for our sponsors. So now, the third way you're going to get an IRS letter is somebody did what we call a hatchet job on your tax return. What does this mean? Is they start putting crap on your return that doesn't match to the IRS. So that means is that all of a sudden you go to the guy who doesn't know anything about taxes. He says that you're self-employed, which you're not. He does a $25,000 loss on your tax return. You see, that doesn't match up. And that's going to get you a letter because the IRS computer is going to say, that doesn't smell right. You're going to get a letter. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, you could always please leave it below. At Coin Associates Accounting Services, we give you a free consultation. The number is spinning on the bottom, 305-823-9228. We have email service available. We have a live office, but we also do now almost a third of the returns are not in the Miami area. People email us. That's like almost half the people. So recapping today's show today is how, the IRS is going to send you a letter. 3 ways to avoid them. I'm going to give you the 3 tips before we go. The first one is make sure you file all the papers together. Don't jump early. Second reason why you're going to get a letter is you put stuff on the wrong form. You go to people who don't know what you're doing, and you're going to get an IRS letter. The third way you can get an IRS letter is somebody does a real crappy job on your tax return, and it doesn't match up or is pretty retarded. And the fourth, I guess that is the 3. I forgot the fourth one. It'll come to me in a second. But those are the ways to avoid letters. See, the IRS is not going to send a letter and something's really wrong with the return. Yeah. So, I got the fourth one. Yeah, like I said, is the person just putting stuff on their return that doesn't belong there. Well, that's it for today's show. I always say sharing is caring. We always have free consultation. If you just call our number, 305-823-9228. Like, share our show anytime you see it. And if you have any suggestions when we come on, we try to come on every 2 weeks. We always have Facebook Lives and YouTube Shorts every day for quick tips. But if you have any suggestions which you want us to talk about on our next shows or YouTube Shorts, always leave comments or leave an email. Thank you and have an awesome day. Okay.